What is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel, Extreme Daily Drivers. Thanks so much for stopping by the garage. So for today, we are going to be doing something totally awesome to our Miata. We are going to be actually changing out some motor mounts. If you guys remember, a couple weeks ago, I went to Miatas at the Gap. Super awesome event. Got to see millions and millions of Miatas. Got to meet some really cool people. And they had vendor booths set up. I got to meet some vendors. And one of the vendors I met were the guys from AWR Racing. And is it AWR Racing? It is AWR Racing. Anyway, super cool people, really great products. Got to hold their motor mounts in my hand. I got to check out their front sway bar and their sway bar brace and all that cool stuff. And after the trip there and back and all the vibration we were experiencing from our engine when we got home, I said to Kelly, it's time for some new motor mounts. So I went ahead and ordered some up. Check them out. Here they are. They're absolutely beautiful. I mean, I have innovative mounts on the Prelude, and dude, these are so much better than an innovative product. Unfortunately, with the Prelude, I don't have a lot of options, so innovative is basically all there is out there. But with the Miata, we got some options, and honestly, dude, just go with these. I mean, these are sick. Look at the welds. I mean, the whole thing is just gorgeous. Powder coated. Here are the bushings, nice big boys. And they do feel relatively soft in my hand. I mean, I can push on them. They seem to go in a little bit. And if you don't like the firmness, you can always swap them out for something softer or a little bit more firm. All right, so as you guys know in the last video, we went ahead and wrapped our header. And with the header removed, you have awesome access to the driver's side motor mount. Look at it right there. Super easy to get to. Of course, we got like a 14 millimeter underneath the car that we have to loosen. But then we have these three guys on the engine. I think they're also 14. Super easy to kind of get to those. So yesterday I was out here battling the heat. I went ahead and removed the intake manifold because if you guys are following the channel, you know next week we're installing Skunk 2 intake manifold. And with it all removed, we have really good access to the passenger side motor mount. So the driver's side motor mount is so easy to get to and so easy to remove. Like, I really want to start with that one because it's probably going to take me 10 minutes. But I know that if I do that one, I will probably regret it, and it will just make the passenger side even more difficult. So we'll start with the passenger side. You don't have to remove your header or your intake manifold to do this job. You can pull a wheel off, and you should have all the access you need to swap motor mounts out. I knew I was going to wrap the header, so that's why I pulled it off, and I knew I was going to change the intake manifold, so that's why I pulled that off. So it just made sense to then do the motor mounts with everything kind of removed. But again, you don't have to do it. It's just something I did to make it a little bit easier to film. So anyway, I guess we'll start with the passenger side motor mount. And first thing we got to do is get a jack underneath the engine to support it as we remove the bolts and pull out the old mount. All right, so to make things easier, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this starter bracket, and I'm actually going to get rid of it altogether. If I was smart, I would have bought an NB starter, which is 4 pounds lighter than the NA starter, and actually bolts up with just 2 bolts. But I was dumb when I bought my starter and bought one for an NA. So anyway, you don't need this bracket. I'm acing it. It just gets in the way. It's going to make installing the intake manifold even more difficult. So this guy is going bye-byes. And I'm just going to make sure that the 3 bolts that hold the starter together are nice and tight. And hopefully I don't have to remove the starter when I install the intake next week. But I've been warned about the difficulties. So anyway, this bracket's coming off. All right, starter bracket is removed. Now I'm gonna go underneath the car, support the engine with a jack underneath the oil pan, get myself like a 2x4, and then we're gonna go ahead and remove these bolts here. And there's one under here you can't see, and then of course the 14 millimeter right here that goes to the engine cradle, subframe, whatever you want to call it. And then we should be able to wrestle that guy out. God, I hope it's that easy. Man, it's always scary doing stuff like this. Take like the last bolt out of the engine mount, and the engine goes like, it's like, oh my God. Oh, anyway, we got it out. This is the old mount. This is the OEM Mazda mount that we purchased when we installed the engine. It's still in really good shape. Nothing really wrong with it. Just moves way too much. This is the new guy, super beefy. And you know, I forgot to mention earlier on, these mounts are actually going to lower our engine. Yeah, they're going to lower our engine about 1/4 inch. Hopefully it'll help the header clear that stupid thing, whatever it's rubbing against transmission tunnel. So there are 2 ways you can install this. I guess you can install them just like this, or you can take them apart like I did this one here, separate it from the bracket and kind of go that route. So don't know which way I'm gonna go. Maybe I'll go this way. This might be the easiest way to do it. All right, everything bolted up the way it's supposed to. Now the goal is to lower the engine and hopefully line up the mount with the bracket and slide our bolt through. This is the way you do Honda mounts, so hopefully it won't be too hard. Hopefully it won't take me forever. Wish me luck. Check it out, we're super close. Just a hair off and I'll be able to slide that guy through. All right guys, we did it. Got it in there. Now I don't have it all tightened up like crazy or anything like that because we got to do the other side first. So there might have to be some wiggle room. Now, this side should be much easier, dude. Really good access over here. And yeah, this should be no problem at all. Let me yank it out, get the new one in there. Whew! All right guys, we did it. We got him in there. Both sides, everything's tightened down. Let me tell you something. Driver's side, I literally did 5 minutes. 5 minutes is all it took. Look at it down there, dude. Sick! So anyway guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Make sure you tune in next week when we finally put the Skunk 2 intake on this car we started up and we take it for a rip. And hopefully everything that we tried to fix, we actually fixed. So anyway guys, that's gonna do it for this one. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Catch you on the next one, man. Later.